Hi guys, this is Dalia. Welcome back to my channel. This channel is a crafting channel, but this video today is all about cross stitching. I do different crafts, and right now at the moment, so cross stitching is priority. So I was thinking of doing a separate channel just for the cross stitching, but then I decided against it. So this channel sometimes we'll have other craft besides cross stitching. So but right now it's all about cross stitching. So I work on some whips. I have quite a bit of a haul. I have no finishes, but I have one new start, which is already in my whips. So I will share that with you guys. So I hope you all safe. And wherever you at, it's hot already. Here in Springfield, it seems like winter doesn't want to go. Today is a raining and cold day. As you can see, I gotta have a sweater. But I have my bathrobe, but I changed it to a sweater to do the video. But it's cold. It's like, you know, it doesn't want to go away. It's like we're skipping spring, summer. We're jumping right back to winter. So have a runny nose, so excuse me about that. I'm not sick, it's just, I don't know, it's the weather. So so let's jump right of it. So this week I only stitch it 4 days out of the 7, which is fine with me. I always say in my videos, this is not a race for me, and I do this just for me. I don't post my progress in none of the Facebook groups that I belong to, even though I do follow the Stitch Mania and cross stitch finish line prompts, but I don't post nothing in the groups, neither on Instagram. I only have an Instagram just to follow people. I hardly ever post there. So I only work 4 days, and so but I think I did pretty good. I work on those 4 days. I work in 8 whips. So I think that was good. So let's start with the first one. The first one is my whip number 34. All my whips are, if you're new to my channel, all my whips are numbered because that's easy for me to keep track of how many whips I have and what is in each whip. I have a total of 36 whips. And if I wouldn't have number and I spin and something comes out, that means I had to open every single bag to find out that whip. And then now with Stitch Mania 20 star, I'm a skyrocket to 56 whips. So every bag of mine has this little tag that I created. And that, oops, I just took it out. That I created, and that has the whip number, the name of the pattern, the day I started it, if it was for an event. You can see this was for the COVID-19, which is the hashtag Be Well and Stitch. So this is my Let's Stay Home. Let's Stay Home, that's the name I gave it. I just realized it the other day that this pattern has a name. And I just call it Let's Stay Home. The pattern name it's a Samplers Forever. And I always call it Let's Stay Home because that's the first thing that says here. So this is the pattern. It's free. You could find it either in Instagram or Facebook under the hashtag Be Well and Stitch. And you could download it and stitch it. So I'm going to put a picture right here of what it was before. And let me get my handy dandy board. And I made progress. So my goal for this one is to finish it like maybe next month. Because this is big. So this is where I'm at right now. So I did finish the flower, finish the fence. I outlined the house. I changed the color of the house. The house is supposed to be red, but I changed it to pink. So this is the outline of the house, and then I started with the dress of the girl. So that's yeah. So now I'm gonna work the girl. Once I finish the girl, I will work the house, and then the last part is the verse. So that is my Samplers Forever Be Well and Stitch pattern. So that was all. And this one I only work on Wednesday. Excuse me. I worked it on Wednesday, only one day, and I worked it for an hour and a half, and I put 221 stitches, which that was great. That was great. The only time, I think the time consuming was doing this tree. It was a little time consuming, but I think I did good in this one. Again, this one, starting this week, it's going to be my daily, it's going to be one of the daily 30. So every day I will put 30 minutes on it to see advance. I was working it at least twice a week, but now it's going to be daily 30. So every day 30 minutes on it. Moving along, the second one is my new start, which is also a COVID-19 stay well, stay home and stitch whipped. This one was, I found this one on Instagram. You had to email them or message them on Instagram, and they send you a part, they send you the first part of this sow. It's a sow, so it's this one is the Scandinavian houses. So the first one they started with this one, and I don't have a picture of before because this is my new start. So and I'm using an Ada 14 count silver by Swagger that I got at Hobby Lobby. So, oops. So this is what I have so far. So I started the first house, and now I did the roof, and then I'm moving to part of the house. This needle minder I created myself for my stash. I'm a scrapbooker also, so I have thousands of embellishments in my stash. And I was going through my wood veneers, my wood embellishment, and I found a whole bunch that I said, oh, I could convert that to needle minders. And this one is perfect because the house resembles these houses. So I created that one. So this one, I work on this one only one day on Wednesday. I work for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and then I put 217 stitches. Okay, about this sow, how this sow works, because I didn't know, so I just emailed them to find out when they release the following houses. In order for you to get the second house, you had to finish this house and send a picture up to them that you finished the first house. So so they could send you the second one. For me, that's pressure. I don't work like that. So they have a Etsy store, and I understand it, you know, because they sell this pattern and they decide to give it for free through, you know, the situation that is going on. So they want to make sure you are really stitching it through the situation. So that's why how they work like that. It's like you gotta show that you working it, that you finish it, and then you get the reminder. The next house, you work it completely again. You send them the picture or put it on Instagram and tag them, and they send you the same. They keep sending you all the houses until you finish. I understand that, and it's fine. I mean, they are giving a pattern for free that they do have in their website for sale. So what I'm gonna do, I can work like that because I work multiple whips at once. So I don't dedicate just everything to that sow. So what I'm going to do is I received the first house free, which is this one right here. I'm going to buy the pattern. The pattern is only $7 and it's a PDF. So I'm going to buy the pattern and then I work it as my own pace. Because I can work it like that. I appreciate they sent me the first one. But I won't be able to finish it like that. So in order for me to finish it, so I have to purchase the pattern and then I work on my own pace, which is fine with me. It's $7. It's not going to break the bank or nothing. And I understand, you know, the reason why they're doing it like that. But for me, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is once I finish this house, which is the free pattern that I have, I'm going to purchase the pattern and then I continue working on them. But then I don't feel pressure that I need to finish it so I could get the next house. So that is about that one. So that was whip, my second whip that I work. My third whip that I work was my whip number 32. Which is by Jordan Privet, however you say that, is the Marquise lady. I was dying to work on her again. I didn't spin this week. I just picked the whips that I wanted to work on. And that's how I did it. So this one, I'm using an 8/16 count. Color is Ivory by Swagger Hobby Lobby. So let me put it in my board and I could share with you guys what I did. I will put a picture right here of how it was before. And this is how now. I did finish, I just finished closing this and started the brown, this part of the brown right here. Needle minder created by me. These are charms that I have in my stash of when I used to make mini albums that I used to attach to the binder. So I mean, I have so much things that I could make me needle minders out of them. So slowly I'm going through all my stash and just grabbing things that I could do needle minders out of it. So yeah, so I finished this part right here and then I started the brown. I work on this one only on Wednesday. I worked for an hour and a half on it and I did 135 stitches in it. So that is my Marquise. I gotta make a copy of this page and put this away because they are getting messed up having them in there. I have working copies for the pattern, but I didn't make a cover. So I gotta make a cover out of that and put the pattern away because they are getting messed up. And I don't know, maybe I could pass it along when I finish with it. And I don't want it to be messed up. So my next whip is my #1 whip, which is the whip that got me into cross stitching back in 2018. I did not stitch all 2019 after January 10 around there. I didn't stitch. So the whole year of 2019 I did not stitch. So if not, this would have been finished already, but it's not. So it's the laundry. It's my famous laundry basket. And I will put a picture here of what it was before. And this is what it is now. So the basket is done. Yes. So I had to do the back stitch. I had to put a few stitches here and here. They create the back of the socks and the toe part of the socks. And then over here, let me share with you guys. This is the one. So as you can see, all I had to do is this part of the socks, and then create over here, this space right here. That's where the socks, this sock go. And then all I had to do is just back stitch the whole basket and then start the letters. So this one is moving also to be daily 30. So I used to give an hour to the first one, the sampler forever, or let's stay home, how I used to call it. I used to give it an hour all the time. So what I'm gonna do is that one and this one, they are gonna become daily 30 until they finish. So hopefully this one will not be finished by the end of this week. I don't think so. But it will be finished for the first week of May. Which, May, is not going to happen. Because May is Mania. So, Stitch Mania. So, I only going to work on my Stitch Mania thing. So, hopefully this one, I will try to squeeze it in at least the 30 minutes to see if I finish it the first week of May. If not, it will be finished on the first week of June. But it's almost done, so it's getting there. It's getting there. So I work on this one only on Thursday. And I work for an hour and a half. And I put 137 stitches, which is good. I was determined to finish that basket on Thursday. I said I will not stop until I finish that basket. And I was able to finish it. Now I gotta backstitch it. So, but the basket is done. All I had to do a few stitches for the socks and then backstitch the whole thing. And then I gotta do the letters. Okay, so the next whip that I work was my whip number 33, which is Reflection of Paris. That is an ink circle pattern. Again, I gotta make copies and put it away because they getting all bent up and wrinkled. Because you know, my bags in my drawer where I have all my whips is very full, so I had to force the bags, so they getting all wrinkly and bended. So I gotta put them away in a basket, like label the basket, charts in progress, and so like that. So it's this one, the in circle, which I gotta find another place because with the 20 new starts, they're not gonna fit in my drawer because it is full already with the 36 that I have in it. So for this one, I'm using an 8x14 count in silver by Swagger. And I'm not using, I'm using the floss that I'm using over here is in black. I did not want to do it in black. Of course, it has to be pink. And the floss that I'm using is 602. I love that pink. And this is what I have. I will put a picture right here of what it was before. I'm all over the place. And this is how it is right now. So the first, if you saw in the picture, the only thing that I had done here was just the first square, the first 10 by 10 square. So now I went both way and went down. This is easy to stitch because it's all one color, so it's not it's easy because it's just one color that you stitch in. I would have waited and bought thinking about it now, I would have waited and bought a variegated floss and do it that way. But I already started it and I'm not going to do that. I did purchase two kind of variegated pinks, different pinks, for the Linen and Thread Sal, Friends and Family, which I haven't started because I'm waiting for that thread. And for another one that I want to do is just one color, but I want to do it variegated. And I use pink because pink is my color and pink is the decoration in my house. Pink and white. Some touch of red here and there, but mostly pink and white. So for this one, so anything that I could change for pink, I change it for pink. And like there's no rule, right? Because this is your patterns. You stitch them as you want, right? So I change it to pink. This one I work on Thursday, and I worked for 2 hours in it, and I put 208 stitches. So 100 stitches an hour. I'm a little slow stitching, but it's fine. Again, no race. My next whip is my whip number 31, which is the Cross Stitch Nation. I'll put a picture here of what it was before. This is the pattern. I should have do some conversion in it for the dresses, but I left it as it is. I ain't gonna change it. So this is what I have so far. Oops, what's my... For this one, I'm using an Aida 18 count Aida Antique White by Swagger that I got at Hobby Lobby. So you should have seen the picture already. So this time I did started working on her skirt, and that's what I'm saying, that I should have changed the dress because it's too much green. I'm not a green person, but I already started it. I am far in it. I ain't gonna restitch it. So I might change the other ladies, I don't know, for more suitable. But then again, not everything could be pink, right? That's gonna be too much pink. But the green is darker of what it shows in here. I know in between is a blue. I think it's the same blue as the shirt. So this needle minder, I got it at Hobby Lobby, a pack of 4, I think. And so yeah, so not too fond of that green, but I'm just gonna let it go and continue as it, because I should have thought about that before I started it. Right now it's too far in it, and I'm not gonna change it. So I work on this one on Thursday, and I worked for 2 hours on it, and I stitched 223 stitches in it. Okay, we got 2 more whips, and then we go into haul. So this is not going to be a long video, which is good. The next one, for this one, on the 24th, that was Friday, and the Stitch Mania group, the event was Arbor Day Sal, because it was the, I think 2 days before was the tree day, Arbor Day. So you needed to stitch on something that it has a tree. So I decided to work in a huge Christmas tree kit that I have from AliExpress. And when I started it in the center. But it's so big that I decided to grid the fabric and then started from the beginning. I did not remove the stitches that I have already in the middle, because once I get there, they will match, because I gridded accordingly starting. I started gridding since that area that I started. So it will hopefully it will match. And if it doesn't match, I could remove it, because it won't affect whatever I have done already, because it's separate. So, this is the pattern. This is huge. This tree is huge. So when I started right here, and I think I put maybe 80. I don't think I even have 100 stitches in that area. So what I did is I gridded the whole fabric, and now I started from the top. Now this has a whole bunch of birds in the top. I don't know if I want to put the birds or not. I'm not a bird person, if you could tell, because I try to meet all the birds from my patterns. But it has a whole bunch up there. So I might put them, I might not. At the moment, I did not stitch them. I just left the space. So I will put a picture here of what I was before I gridded the page. And like I said, this is humongous. This is big. Look how big this thing is. It's big. So this is where I started at the beginning, where you saw in the picture. So it's just, I don't think, it's like 50 or 60 stitches there. So I left them there. Oops, it's upside down. I left it there, and I'll get to that whenever. This is so big. Whenever I get to it. So let's fold it so we could share where I'm at, what I did now. So this is what I have right now. So I started from the beginning, and this is what I have right now. So the needle minder is an acrylic image that I got from AliExpress, and I converted them into needle minders. So that's what I have right now. This is a Christmas piece. So right now, that's all she's gonna get done. She's gonna go back, and she will come back out again in July when we do Jolly Christmas, aka Christmas in July. So, which in that, all I'm gonna dedicate is to work on all my Christmas whips with minimal new stars on July. So on this one, I'm using a 14 count Aida white that came in the kit. And this one I worked on Friday, like I say, for the Arbor Day challenge on Stitch Mania group. I worked for 2 hours and a half, and I put 250 stitches. So I think that is a great amount of stitches for one day. So now the tree will come back in January and July, and then in Christmas again. I don't expect to finish this thing this year. Probably maybe by the end of next year. Who knows? But I have no rush for it. So that is my Christmas tree. And the last thing that I worked on, I didn't work on my Gypsy Queen, which has on Saturdays I'm supposed to work on my Gypsy Queen. I did not work on my Gypsy Queen this Saturday. I was scrapbooking, and I finished around 9 o'clock scrapbooking, and I didn't want to stitch at that time. So I did not work on it, but I work on it Sunday. Sunday is my Lady of the Flag Day. Again, I was scrapbooking, catching up. And I started stitching around 8:30. Around 8:30, I started stitching. So I didn't spend so much time. I usually spend 3 hours on them and the assigned days. But, I mean, an hour and a half, and I did an hour and 37 minutes, and I did 160 stitches. That's better than 0, right? So, you all guys know, Lady of the Flag, I'm doing a white conversion. I'm using a 14 count Aida. Carnival Cruise is the name of the fabric, and it's by Seraphine Hand Dye Fabric by Lori. She's on Facebook, and that was my February 2019 fabric of the month before I cancel, because I stopped stitching. And I will share with you guys. I will put a picture right here where I was before. She is in my scroll roll. And what I did was I fill out this part right here, like filling in this part. And then like this one, I had a lot of, this is two threads on one, two kind of threads together. So like I had so much thread in the needle, so I went all the way down, which I'm trying not to do that, so I won't make mistakes. I'm trying to, you know, work at least 4 squares at once. So I was working up here, but I didn't want to just cut the thread because then it's too short to use it again. And then you do 3 stitches and then you got to. So I decided to go all the way down, counting and counting and counting. I'm like too close to the thing. Counting and counting and counting to make sure I'm not I didn't have a mistake. So that's all I did. So I work an hour and 37 minutes, 160 stitches is more than what I didn't have the week before that I didn't work on it at all. These are my focus. This one, the Lady on the Flag and my Gypsy Queen, they be my focus. My focus whip since I came back to cross stitching in March. I do want to have her finished. She's not going to be finished, I don't think so, for September. But I want to have her finished at least by the end of this year or very, very, very close to finish. So, I don't know if I will keep, if I will keep them in rotation, Lady of the Flag and Gypsy Queen in May. Because I'm doing 20, which I'm going to talk about that in my whole section. But I'm doing 20 stars, and I want to dedicate at least 3 to 4 hours a day to each star. So it won't be only 30 stitches, and then I don't see it again until God knows where. So I want to spend a lot of time in each star. So I think they will take a break in the month of June. I mean, the month of May, and then they will have to take a break again in July when I do Joyful July, because I want to focus in my because in my Christmas whips I have a lot of little. I have a few big ones, but I have a lot of little ornaments and stuff like that, and I want to get those done. I want to get those done before 12 days of Stitchmas, so I could have less and I could be able to start new ones. Because if not, whatever, it's gonna be like Stitch Mania. Whatever you have for Stitch Mania from previous year, you work it on that day, and then if you have openings, you got. I didn't do Stitch Mania last year because I did not stitch the whole year, so I had no leftovers from Stitch Mania. Because when I started stitching was in August of September, one of those 2 months of 2018. So, but I have carried the 12 days of Stitchmas. So I think because some days I started I think I had like 14 whips for that event that I still have not finished none. So I want to focus on some of them in July. See if I could have them finished in July. So yeah, so I think this one, the Lady of the Flag and the Gypsy Queen, will take a break in May. I think every whip would take a break on May, so I could focus on my new starts and be able to work a lot, you know, whatever time that I could allot to them, I would do it. If it's 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever I can to that new start, I would do it. So, that's it for my whips, guys. I think I did good. So for a recap of my week, I did work for 4 days only, like I stated. For the total of stitches of the week, I did 1,551 stitches between those 8 whips. So I think that was great. I have a goal, a monthly goal stitch of, is it 4,000 or 5,000? Let me look. Last month I didn't, because I started it, so I started with the goal this month in April. So my goal for the month is, looking at my handy dandy planner where I have all my information. Where's that page? It's at the end of the month. It's a monthly recap. So I do have a 3,000 monthly goal which I think I will surpass that. If I do, I'm trying to raise it for next month to 5,000. So for this month, my goal, my monthly stitching goal is 3,000, which I think I already passed that since we have stitched it. I haven't added up yet, but this week only is 1,551. So yeah, I think I surpassed that already, which is great. If I did, I'll be happy. And but by starting next month, I will raise it to 5,000 goal for that. So that's all I have. That is this is the last week of April. May start on Friday. So the goals for this week, it is I have for the finish line cross stitch finish line Facebook group, we have 2 prompts this week. It started yesterday, but I was working on my Lady of the Flag, so if I do something, is the forgotten sow. I only have one sow that I forgot. It's in the forgotten bin, which is the Tiny Mothernies Words to Live By. I have not purchased that pattern yet. I'm debating. It's still, I think it's $40 is a lot for it. But I did started the frame, so I'm not gonna work on it because I'm still debating if I'm gonna get the pattern. So I want to work on that. Keep adding stitches because it's a big piece of black 8 that I could remove the stitches and use it for something else. So that is for this starting yesterday, but I don't have no forgotten sow, that I had started and forgot about except that one. And then on the 29 to the 30, we have the ornament sow. And my plan to work on that, so that is on Wednesday, the 29th. So I have a few ornaments. I have Christmas ornaments, little ones that I could work, but I'm trying not to touch those until July, Joyful July. But I have the big ornament head, the one that I'm doing Shih Tzu for Christmas. I might work on that one on the 29th because it's ornaments out, and the only ornaments I have started, they're all Christmas. I don't have no other kind of ornaments started. So I'm gonna work on that for those 2 days. It's on the 29th and the 30th, so I might work on those 2 days. And then I still got my Let's Stay Home, which becomes a daily 30 this week, and my laundry, that is daily 30. And then I don't have nothing else planned, so I think it will be, I either choose what whip I want to work or I spin. I'm not sure. I still gotta get ready for Stitch Mania. We're gonna be talking about Stitch Mania coming next. Hold on.